The campaign to abolish slavery took over 30 years to result in the abolition of the slave trade, and a further 30 until slavery ended in the British Empire. In this video, we will look at some of the reasons why the campaign took so long to achieve its goals.
Many people profited in the use of slave labour across the British Empire. Together they led a highly successful campaign to deter MPs from abolishing slavery.
The British economy prospered from the trade in slaves and the goods they produce. Individuals, businesses and ports all made vast sums of money and generated tax revenue for the government.
Opponents of abolition also argued that the supply of goods such as sugar, cotton and tobacco were at stake. This was because the slave trade was needed to work the plantations where these things were grown.
They also argued that abolition would lead to loss of jobs for workers in related trades, like refining, packaging and transporting all the goods involved.
There were even fears that the security of the empire would be threatened by the abolition. During the war with revolutionary France, slaves were pressed into service in the Royal Navy.
Some even attempted to argue that the conditions the slaves were kept in were not that bad and not worse than the living conditions of the poor in Britain and peasants across Europe.
Others feared that talk about slave abolishment would lead to revolt and revolutionary ideas such as in Haiti. Here slaves had revolted and created their own republic.
Opponents of abolition also appealed to racist producers, arguing that slaves would not be able to look after themselves.
The abolitionist campaign against these arguments took decades to get results. The first in 1807 was the abolition of slave trade, the second in 1833 with the abolition of slavery itself.
However, even then, the campaign was helped by two other factors: the declining economic importance of the goods produced by slaves, and the landslide election victory of the Whigs in 1832, who were more sympathetic.
William Wilberforce, a leading abolitionist, lived just long enough to hear that the Act for the Abolition of Slavery had its third reading in the House of Commons on the 26th of July, 1833. It received the royal assent a month later and came into force on the 1st of August, 1834. However, there were still several loopholes. Only slaves under the age of 6 were actually freed. Those over the age of 6 were redesignated as apprentices and were still expected to work for their masters for free. The first set of apprenticeships was scheduled to end on the 1st of August 1838, while the final set of apprenticeships was scheduled to cease on the 1st of August 1840. There were also a number of territories where slavery remained until 1843. Just as economic arguments had delayed abolition, they also delayed emancipation.